Hello!
Hello!
Hello, welcome back. We are welcome back, you're welcome back. And today we are welcoming back Tie Guan Yin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're welcoming him back because it's quite being in the background recent years.
Yeah, it's also the fresh autumn Tie Guan Yin release.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, we get a chance to try a lot of new Tie Guan Yin.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're gonna choose two types.
Yeah. We're going to focus on Xiao Zheng. Xiao Zheng. Xiao Zheng.
Xiao Zheng.
Xiao Zheng. Xiao Zheng Tie Guan Yin. We will explain what it is. We will explain why Tie Guan Yin is a bit in the background, like our opinion why, and why it's going to be back big time.
Yeah.
We are starting with a very special tea. We're working on sourcing it for a few years now, and it's wild Yefang Xiao.
Which we visit this plantation like in the summer. Yeah, very impressive, I have to say.
We tried a few wild Tie Guan Yin before. Most of the time we find it a bit off topic, not really Tie Guan Yin. We wanted to find something that still keep the essence, the core of Tie Guan Yin, but with the values, with the added values of environmental friendly, of higher chachi, which is exactly what we found here. It's an autumn pick.
Yeah,
and
even the quantity, it's less than spring. We talked to the farmers, asked him a lot how he managed the plantation on spot. We also filmed some videos when we were there. So later on we will also share more about this plantation. So
we usually use 7.5 grams of Tie Guan Yin, normal Tie Guan Yin. Our Tie Guan Yin is organic, so this is strict natural farming, Yefang Xiao. The chachi is quite high, so 6 grams is enough. First time we tried it around more than 7 grams, and yeah, and then like our back were like sweating. It's very strong energy. So yeah, so let's start. Yeah, so we just think 6 grams would be enough. Been drinking this tea almost daily recently. Really one of the
smell a little bit rice.
Rice? Like grainy?
Yeah.
Really one of the best findings this season.
Yeah.
Honestly. Oh yes.
Yeah, it also smells like rice?
Like something roasted, even though it has nothing to do with roasting, except the fact in the drying process it's we usually use the same machine.
Maybe you can pass me the cups as well?
Cups, which cup you want? There's like you know the pincha, small. Let's try this.
Love these cups.
So autumn season in Fujian and winter season in Taiwan are almost similar. There's a difference in the seasons because of the tropical changes and also because of the altitude. We live very close to Anxi. We live in
like 1 hour 15 minutes.
Yeah, we live in the northeast part of Xiamen, so it's like almost halfway to Anxi from Xiamen Island, and
smell. And the color, like very bright, greenish.
Lovely. It's very floral. First thing when you drink it, when you smell it, you won't recognize there's something wrong. There's something unusual about this tea. It smells like just another commercial good Tie Guan Yin. But when you drink the tea, you start realizing differences in the development, how the tea is developed, and a lot of criteria in the profile.
Different smell.
Tea making here is great. As we mentioned, the tea making here is Xiao Zheng. Okay.
Shall we take the first sip?
So green.
Yeah, also like my first tea of today.
We drink chai.
All right, like, but I don't count, you know.
I still have some noodles taste because we ate noodles earlier. I need to wash that.
You drink water.
But I remember the first time I drank this tea, the first sip, I told myself, oh wow. It's like everything I am looking for in Xiaozheng Tie Guan Yin, it's there in the first cup. Tie Guan Yin is a very complicated oolong tea making that is preserved very well in Anxi County, in Xiping town. This tea, all our Tie Guan Yin is always from Xiping. That's the core. That's the original area where the family, the ancestor of our supplier, also is from the same family, Wei family. And so it comes from Xiping. Also, the mother bush is still there. So they're very protective about the cultivar, the main species of Tie Guan Yin, which we're going to see in this one actually, not the next tea. This one, this cultivar is Hongxing Tie Guan Yin. We also drank Hongxing last video from Taiwan.
Beauty, yeah.
Yeah, from Xiang. It's not really the same cultivar, but that's the original.
By the way, only the first brew, my back is like...
Yeah.
I feel the heat, it's like...
The spine is one of the places where you can really sense qi, cha qi, in your body. Some people feel it in other places. It's also, there's a misconception about cha qi that is something about strong tea, a lot of caffeine, and this is something that comes from the poor world. It's totally incorrect. Cha qi is not caffeine, so I see this also quite often. This is a great example of tea that is very light in taste. It's also not high in caffeine at all, and it's full of qi. It's a great example for it.
Let's make a second brew. I want to see the development.
Okay.
So before drinking the second brew, I want you to take a look inside. Like so many hairs.
Many hairs, but still the tea is very green, even in the second brew, and very clear.
I can see a lot of content inside the leaves.
It's right.
The second brew, I brewed shorter because the tea are not rolled very tight, so it's quite fast to open. Once the leaves are open, I would shorten the brewing time, and now it's already like almost, I think, like 80% open.
Huigan is already here.
Wow. Smell.
Very grassy. The tea has just the exact amount of acidity that I personally like. Now the Huigan, I mean, until now we were only like umami and grassy flavors. Now the fruitiness comes along quite early. I have to say that we are focusing for many years, almost a decade, focusing on Xinjiang Tie Guan Yin. It's also very famous in Hong Kong. Hong Kong people really like this kind of
like Xinjiang Tie Guan Yin, like to pair with dim sum, especially
with
like,
dim sum,
because like since I was a child, you know, Tie Guan Yin, it's a tea that really helps digesting like oily food.
Yeah.
So that's why it's very popular to pair with dim sum. But like if you want to enjoy it at home or by yourself or with your friends, I highly recommend you eat something.
Don't drink on empty
Yeah,
stomach.
yeah, it's gonna hurt your stomach. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's relatively acidic. It's more close to green tea. And we're talking about Xiang Tie Guan Yin. Now we're going to talk about Nong Xiang, even though it's not our focus and it's not in this video, but
It's
important to mention.
Yeah, mention it.
So speaking of Nong Xiang Tie Guan Yin, roasted or baked dark Tie Guan Yin, I see a lot of places talking about Nong Xiang Tie Guan Yin is the original Tie Guan Yin, is the traditional Tie Guan Yin. This is how Tie Guan Yin is supposed to be made. And now I'm not gonna say it's incorrect, because when you go to Anxi, the more traditional people will mostly drink the Nong Xiang Tie Guan Yin. Most of the production eventually was always going for baking. But there's some inaccuracy that need to remember, even though, like we said, Tie Guan Yin is very careful about his one main cultivar. But it's also very, very traditional in tea making. And Nong Xiang Tie Guan Yin, or baking of Tie Guan Yin, is not really the tea making. It's just one part of the tea making. And that's why we focus this video on Xiao Zheng. Xiao Zheng, this is the process. This is the tea making of Tie Guan Yin. It's more correct to say Xiao Zheng Tie Guan Yin. This is the original, the traditional, well-kept tradition of Tie Guan Yin making. So around late 90s. More fine-tuning in the tea making started appearing. It was the peak of Tie Guan Yin, one of the peaks in history of Tie Guan Yin, in history of 302 years, to be exact. And then we started to see Xiaoqing and Zhang Wei. I think Zhang Wei is even more old. But Xiaoqing, Tie Guan Yin, Lan Hua Xiang, Gui Hua Xiang, all these are really more modern technique that meant for tea that is going to be drank Qingxiang. Because before that, before they start using freezers in Anxi to keep the tea fresh, you have spring peak and you have autumn peak, and every year you have fresh tea. But if we want to
extend the shelf
life and trade the tea and export it and keep it for more years, because that's what Homo sapiens do these days. They age tea and they enjoy it for longer period of times. So you need the help of the freezer and the vacuum sealing. So all of that appears like take action in our products, but this is not the point. The point is that when talking about aged Tie Guan Yin and talking about baked Tie Guan Yin, you only use the traditional method, Xiao Zheng. That's why when people say that roasted Tie Guan Yin is the traditional one, actually mean that it's Xiao Zheng technique that can be baked or aged, and that's why it's the traditional method. It's just like cream cheesecake. All right, you can say that the original cheesecake must have cream, but the cream is just on top. This is not the traditional making of the cheesecake. You have to have the cheesecake. You have to make the cheesecake correctly in order to put the cream on top, which is just the final act. All right, now I want cheesecake.
But you're not allowed.
I'm not allowed.
Yeah.
But I'm allowed for a third brew, am I?
Yes. All right. Yeah. Especially we just we just finished lunch, so we are allow ourselves to drink more.
Still feel the noodle.
So let's talk about what's special about this wild Yefang Tie Guan Yin. In the meantime, I will make the third brew.
Third brew,
Yeah.
you promised me.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of this plantation, it's also our first time to see Guanmu, Hongxin cultivar. They grow like more than 1.5 meters. Actually, some of the trees are even higher than me. When I just checked the video with him and also the pictures. The altitude was pretty high. Do you remember how many meters there?
No, it's written. It's not really high because our Lanhua Xiang Tie Guan Yin is higher, over 800. I remember 560, 570.
Oh, 500.
For Anchi, it's quite high. But because most Tie Guan Yin on the market are really, really low altitude. The only tea that really comes original from Xiping, or maybe a few villages around, there will be 400 up.
And when we went there, it was like impressive because the trees are full of seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the seeds are like like, I mean, it's quite similar with the sancha we saw in Taiwan. You know, like when we went to Master Jen's plantation, the seeds are like this big.
Yeah.
You know, and
So tasty.
yeah, and also the way of they pluck the tea is different. They mostly pluck more tender, like according to our farmer, he pluck one bud, two leaves, and the bud should be like half open, and then they will pluck. They don't pluck like four or fifth
Here,
leaves.
with this tea.
Yeah,
So it is. So there is something different.
yeah, there is something different. Yeah.
It's very nice.
So also he has a special management technique to avoid buds. But actually, you know, like when we went there, it's the plantation. It's face to the mountains.
Yeah.
Right.
It's beautiful.
That's-
We will share footage. I don't know how
Yeah.
we're gonna do it, but we're gonna share food for sure
Yeah.
in the product page.
Or our Instagram, we also share some
Okay.
already.
For sure.
Yeah. It's super interesting.
We will share some links, right?
Yeah,
Here
definitely,
in the comments
definitely.
below.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, just and if you wanna like and subscribe, you can also do that.
And we try the same batch from this spring, and then now we're drinking the autumn one.
Yeah.
We even compare. We had a session with our farmers. We even compare blind this one to the regular, you know, cultivated
It's so educational. So
Xiao
educational.
Zheng. It just brings a very different experience, in my opinion. I think, like, compared to what we usually have, this wild Yefang Xiao Zheng, it's the aroma. It's not like more high, like how do you call it? Like more obvious, you know, like more out there. This one, it's a bit low key, really. Like what we are enjoying the Tie Guan Yin every year. We're very happy that it's really consistent.
It's consistent, but
Yeah.
look, every year we bring something else that it's exciting us because, well, I mean, we reach our hand very far
Yeah.
to try a lot of Tie Guan Yin. We have a lot of, we have a big networking of Tie Guan Yin, so we try a lot of things. Not to mention the next tea, which is quite rare.
And not only about this, actually, we already decided our Tie Guan Yin autumn collection this year, and we're very happy and content with the quality this year. Like even our farmers said the weather this year is pretty good.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. Better than last year.
Yeah, definitely better than last year. And we're gonna bring like a few more different Tie Guan Yin and to,
Higher grades and lower
yeah,
grades
just
than
for
this.
you know, like daily or like a more
Alright.
higher grades.
And we still
like
have a lot of Tie Guan Yin we are aging. We
Yeah.
have Tie Guan Yin Hongcha we are aging and rebaking again. I'm talking about 2017.
Oh yes.
If you watch this video
Yes.
and you never tried our Guan Yin Hong, our Tie Guan Yin Hongcha
Yeah.
from 2017, there's a gap you need to fill. So it's available. It's always available.
And it's
We
from
have a huge-
2017, right?
Yeah, and now
Yeah.
2024 we are rebaking the new stock, so it will be rebaked,
Yeah.
and we have some Lao Tie Guan Yin, and we're gonna age some of this stock. So I love Tie Guan Yin around. Now we're gonna try something new. We receive it as a gift, so it's the first time we're drinking it with you guys, we and the camera.
No, I never tried this tea. By
I
the
never
way.
tried it.
You never tried?
I never tried it.
What?
No, they gave it to us. It's a gift.
No, I think you try it.
This one.
Yeah,
No.
you try it. I didn't, which I don't know why. No, I'm changing some. You know, every time I'm changing a little bit
Egg.
details. This is not detail. This is not egg.
So what is this?
This is gold. You don't know? This is gold. Like in Asian China times, when you know, like they have their own currency and their bills. This is real gold, the shape of real gold.
It's been a few weeks. I'm not sure.
I can't believe you say this is egg.
It's been a few weeks. I've been thinking either it's an egg or a very, very tiny shoe.
Okay, I'm gonna show him later after this video how it looks, the pictures in the same shape, okay? But
Another bag inside.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to move to another tea, another Xiao Zheng Tie Guan Yin. But this one is Lao Tie Guan Yin.
which
It's
is how many years?
older than both of us. This is 1981. It's a gift we received from Mr. Wei, and we never tried it. It's the first time we're gonna try it here with you. And
1980, so it's like 40 something years, right?
yeah, a bit more than 40
Oh, wow.
years. And let's try. It's a Xiao Zheng. What's the difference between the Xiao Zheng nowadays and back then?
I consult with him. He said it doesn't have too much difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very traditional. So even though this tea was never baked, it's not baked. It's very, very traditional because it's Xiao Zheng, not because it was baked. You don't bake. You usually don't bake Lao Tie Guan Yin, especially not before baking.
Yeah. And another thing that
Ooh.
feels like
I was very curious.
Chinese medicine.
Yeah, I'm very curious to know what is the scale
Yeah.
because it didn't say.
Yeah. Speaking of aging Tie Guan Yin,
Wow.
just like Nani said, Xiaozhang, it's usually the technique back then they use for aging Tie Guan Yin. For example, Xiaoqing, this kind of tea processing, there are much more green. Also, the oxidation level is lower. So this kind of tea processing are not suitable
Yeah,
for aging.
it's exactly 7 grams. It's lovely, and I can't wait to drink it.
Oh, really smells like Chinese medicine.
Well, I love the smell. It smells like, for me, her reference is Chinese medicine, and my reference is the library.
Like the book,
Yeah.
right? The old
Yeah.
book smell.
Old book,
Right.
dusty, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, it smells good.
Wow, this is so
Okay.
specific.
We are not that different after all.
Right.
Wow, so beautiful. The rolling is so light because probably rolled by hand.
I hardly see a ball shape leaves there.
Yeah. After you go to Taiwan and you really see bowl shape, you come back to Anxi, you don't call it bowl shape anymore. It's not bowl. It's
Yeah.
so rough and
Yeah.
so. Oh, I love it. And when we asked Mr. Wei why why there's a difference in the folding between Anxi and Taiwan, and then we asked Mr. Chan.
Oof.
Mr. Chen,
Smell.
in Taiwan, why the rolling is different than Anji. Each one of them has different answer. It's very interesting. But they both agree on one thing: the tighter rolling folding of Gaoshan Wulong is because in the higher mountain, the more commercial high mountain tea Gaoshan Wulong in Taiwan, they mostly care about how it looks.
Yeah.
They both said it.
Yeah, it's also actually it's really influenced by Japanese market, because a lot of Taiwanese Oolong export for to Japan. So
Okay, I'm excited.
super excited.
We tried a lot of Lao Jianwen before, from the 80s, from the 60s, from the 50s, from the 90s, from the 2000. We're still selling the
20 years.
Yeah, the
20.
2000 one.
Wow, look at the color.
Yes.
It's still like very clear, Okay.
Wow.
Let's try.
I love the big cup.
It has some sweetness, right?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Oh. Wow, the aging is great. By the way, Mr. Wei, he's also specialized aging as well. Like he invited us to his factory, mostly for his HT collection. That's where we tried the one that from the 50s, right? And I remember the one he has. It's only one the clay containers. It's not a lot.
Maybe he has more.
Like I think it's quite similar to what we're drinking right now. Like
I also feel some
Right?
some similarities.
Yeah.
It's very tasty. It's an old tea. It's like it has this all age teas that are not poor has something in common, because chemically they are not really aging as poor. The enzymes here are much less than poor. They behave differently. They are mostly not active. I like calling it resting. The tea is more resting than really actually aging. When talking about when talking about traditional Tie Guan Yin, if you're aging the tea, you will usually not bake it before you start repacking it or selling it. For example, if you decided you are aging this tea for 10, 20 years, you don't roast it before. Unlike, for example, Yan cha, you will roast anyway. You will not be considering the tea ready if you don't bake it. And this is one of the differences in the approach.
compared to the first one, the chachi, it's different. Yeah.
I also feel it.
Yeah, like from the previous one, it's mostly my spine starting to warm.
Here,
It's like pumping, like the energy.
Chi goes more up because it's
And this one, it's like more down to earth,
more yin.
more yin.
Yeah, because the previous one is more yang and this is more yin. That's one, not qing, yang. Okay.
Do you feel this way as well?
I also feel this way. I also feel the acidity. I mean, even the acidity is different. The acidity in the previous tea is mostly, it's mostly in the taste, in a slight sour umami notes. But here the acidity is more about the sensation. It's more about feeling it here, but the dark profile of the tea is covering for the sour notes. Hardly any sour notes.
It's very
It's
very
more
lovely.
bittersweet.
It's lovely.
It's a very good tea. It's
Yeah.
a very good tea also, I think, to stretch a longer session. And
this one, like if I'm serving tea sessions, this one I will put it in the last,
yes,
to let people to
that's
memorize.
That's the taste
Yeah.
you want to still be in your mouth. It also will last long.
Mm-hmm.
That's the taste you want to leave the session with, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
Like
It's very nice.
I don't know if you guys know that Tie Guan Yin, it's the tea that brings Nani to this business.
Hi.
Yeah. So
I'm obsessed with Tie Guan Yin,
yeah.
especially the Xiang.
Yeah. So this year when we moved to Xiamen, and then we get a lot closer to the source. Now we can just go there, even day trip. I'm very, very surprised that our path of Tie Guan Yin can reach this far.
Yeah. I mean, it's a coincidence, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that tea, especially when we talk about tea in China and in Taiwan, but mostly in China, it's all about traditions. Every place has its traditions, and every place will have its ups and downs, and but there's also technology involved and also economy involved, and that's why you will have golden eras, and you're gonna have times that tea is less popular. But I think we, as tea people, we should really focus on what our body is accepting better, which tea is more good for us, and not really chase the trends, because trends are not only changes all the time, they also coming back. This is the nature of fashion. For sure, the time of Tie Guan Yin will be back again, and Dancong and Wuishan will be down, and just in the past 20-30 years, think about how many ups and downs Poor had been through, and also Fuding Baicha, that nowadays it's the prices are lower and the value for the money is higher, and it will be up back again at some point. And so I think it's a good opportunity also to take advantage of the fact that also Tie Guan Yin nowadays you can get very nice teas, higher grades, very a good value for your money, because the prices are really affordable.
And also, speaking about the tradition, Tie Guan Yin, it's out of so many types of tea in China, Tie Guan Yin definitely it's one of the one that can really well kept. Since 300 years ago, the cultivar, the tea making, it's not decided by the market change, and that's something that really reminds me of, if you want to keep the tradition, I think Tie Guan Yin is definitely one of the great examples. You want to have one more brew?
One more brew, but I think we're gonna drink it alone.
Yeah, and
7 gram, right? 7.
yeah, 7. Really lovely, and like this taste just makes me feel like, when you finish your work for the whole day, it's getting dark, and it's rainy outside. That's the tea,
Remember what I told you? We've been to Taiwan 2-3 times this year, and every time we are very welcome and accepted with some aged tea. Usually aged baozhong, Taiwanese people really like to
or
serve.
aged muza
Aged
Tie Guan
baozhong,
Yin.
or muza Tie Guan Yin,
Yeah.
which literally has nothing to do with Tie Guan Yin anymore, in my opinion. And I always tell you that if it's like overly aged, if it's over aged tea, I always prefer Tie Guan Yin. Even over pour. I always prefer the aged Tie Guan Yin. Now recently we're drinking a lot of aged Yen Cha. It's not that aged, but there's some versions of aged Yen Cha that I really enjoy.
Now you reminds me of aged Yen Cha. Even though I'm a big fan of Yen Cha, but if you ask me about aged Fujian tea, aged Tie Guan Yin is definitely.
That's my girl, ladies and gentlemen.
Like more close to my preference.
I also
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, what else can we add?
I think that's it for today. Today.
That's it. We discussed the original, the traditional tea making of Tie Guan Yin, which is Xiao Zheng, and we experienced very nice edgy versions of the tea. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
This one I don't think we're going to stock and sell. But if you're interested, drop us a comment or a message. It can easily be arranged, but it's not cheap.
Yeah. But the while the first one,
We
the
stocked
Yefang,
already. It's
we already
beautiful.
stocked. So it's from autumn 2024. Will be soon available.
Yes.
And thank you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe
Yes.
and like the video.
Yes.
And see you in the next one.
Bye bye.
Bye.